What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Broken Eyes. So today I'm going to be doing an update of my CYBERDARK Dragon deck. If you watched my previous video, I said I was going to do a deck profile on these cards, and the only reason I'm making this deck is because the ban list that recently came out was brilliant, and it really made me happy because of Future Fusions at 3, the Torrential Tributes at 3, and just a few other cards is after making this deck kind of viable. And I've been testing out this deck for a while, and it's actually really good. As soon as it gets going, you can have CyberDarkness Dragon out, you can have CyberDark Dragon out, you can do all crazy type of shenanigans and stuff. And I'm running the Predaplant engine in this deck, as well as Dorado, which makes it really good. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's going to be a fast deck profile because I've done this before, and you guys are probably sick of this deck. Probably not a lot of people are going to actually watch this deck, but I actually really like CyberDragon. So CyberDark Cannon and CyberDark Claw have the effect that they discard themselves and each search something. So CyberDark Claw searches a spell or trap that includes CyberDark in its name, and CyberDark Cannon searches one of your dragons. And then when they're equipped to a CyberDark monster, this one's effect becomes a Foolish Burial, and this one's effect becomes a Foolish Burial for extra deck monsters. So you can get any extra deck monster from your extra deck to the graveyard when it and attacks, basically a normal CyberDark monster attacks. Then they have the effect when they're sent to the graveyard, just say if they're equipped with a monster and the monster gets destroyed or whatever, when they're sent to the graveyard, this card gets to draw a card, and this card, what does this card do? Target a CyberDark monster in the graveyard and add it to your hand. So yeah, so that's what those cards do. Pretty plain and simple. Then we have our beautiful dual terminal CyberDark Horn, our equally beautiful CyberDark dual terminal Edge, and my favorite CyberDark Keel dual terminal. So all of these cards have the exact same effect. They're all 4 level 4 dark monsters, and all their effects are basically when they're normal summoned, you can target a level 3 or lower dragon type monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card, and then if it's going to be destroyed, it gets destroyed instead. Sorry, my light just turned off, I don't know why. So yeah, so they all become 2400 attack when they are equipped, and they all have their own little effects. So CyberDark Horn inflicts piercing damage. CyberDark Edge can attack directly if it gives half its attack, and CyberDark Keel, if it destroys a monster, inflicts 300 damage. So that is it for those. Next, one of the best cards in the deck is Destrudo, the Lost Dragon Fission. So basically what you do is, if you have one of the monsters in the field, these cards, Destrudo can go to the graveyard or hand, and you pay half your life when special summon it. If you have a level 6 or lower monster, you can make a level 7 synchro. Basically, everyone should know what it does by now. Then we have the Predaplant Orifice Scorpio and the one Darlington Tonia Cobra, which is self-explanatory as well. Basically, what you do is you just normal summon this or special summon it, discard a monster, and special summon Darlington Tonia Cobra. And when this card is special by a Predaplant monster, you get to target a fusion or polymerization card in your deck and add it to your hand. Next, a little tech card I'm running is Ling Ling. So Ling Ling is a weird card, but it's a Union Dragon monster, and what it does is basically it makes your CyberDark monsters attack 2500, which is 100 more, and they get to attack twice, and also you can actually target it while it's already equipped and just equip it to it as well, and then if it's going to be destroyed by battle, let's try this instead or whatever as well. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Running a good bulk of monsters, but it's really good deck. Next we have 3 CyberDark Inferno. The field spell, now you don't run Terraforming because CyberDark Claw actually searches this, so you don't need. And then basically what it does is, if there's a CyberDark monster on the field and it's equipped or whatever, you can bounce it back to your hand, which destroys the equipped monster, which you get their effect off, and then you can normal summon that Cyber Dragon back in addition to your other normal summon, and then equip it again. Very good. And then if it's destroyed, you get to add a fusion or polymerization card from the deck. And then the next card that makes this deck so much better is Future Fusion. So Future Fusion, basically what you do is you activate the first turn. The second turn you get to send all the materials to the graveyard, and on the second turn or third turn you get special summon your fusion monster. Very simple. It was errated, but it doesn't make it any less cooler. Next we have Lower Darkness because we are running all darks. Next we are running Dragon Shrine because you want Destrudo, Ling Ling, and any of the Claw or Horn to your graveyard, or not horn, whatever it's called, to the graveyard. Next we have the 1 soul charge, because there's so many in the graveyard, you're going to be using something. Polymerization, a search target for you to summon your Starving Venom or your Predaplant Rafflesia. Next we have Monster Reborn, to special summon if they destroy your CYBERDARK dragons or CYBERDARK fusion monsters or anything like that. You can special summon the Monster Reborn very easily. And then Overload Fusion, there's been many a time where I've sent with Future Fusion 5 materials and then have been able to search an Overload Fusion to summon CYBERDARK Dragon. So there's that. And lastly, for the traps, we have 2 Torrential Tribute and 1 Solemn Judgment. No need to explain those, they're just very, very good cards. Move them to the side. Let's get into the extra deck. So the extra deck is pretty plain and simple. We run the 1 CYBERDARK the Dragon. Basically it takes 5 CYBERDARK effect monsters. It must be fusion summoned first or whatever. If this card is special summoned, so even a special for Monster Reborn or Soul Charge, you can equip a dragon or machine type monster from the graveyard. So if you target one of the normal dragons, it becomes like 35 or 36, whatever. Against attack equal to the original attack of the equipped monster by this effect. When your opponent activates card effect, you can send 1 equipped card you control to graveyard. So that's why you run Ling Ling, because it equip itself as well, and then it gets an extra negation, which is really, really good. CYBERDARK Dragon then is just gains 100 for each monster in the graveyard, which you will hopefully have a lot of, and then it can target a dragon monster. So they do only become 2600, this card does, as well as whatever 100 you get off the monster in the graveyard. Next, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Obviously you can use any of the top up dragons for that as well. That's why you run the Strudo, to make sure you can kind of get a synchro higher monster, and then when you get some of this, it gets a lot stronger attack, like 35 or whatever. And then obviously CYBERDARK gets even stronger. So Starving Venom, everyone knows that does. Starving Venom, very good. Predaplant Chimera Rafflesia. So you can use Claw's effect when it attacks, when you're equipped to a monster that attacks. You can send this to the graveyard, and then this can search out one of your polymerization spell card fusion, or like your Future Fusion or whatever. And then it has also the effect that it basically is one of the strongest monsters on the field, so it can attack if you use one of your Predaplants and you search polymerization just if you need it. 2 Chimera Rafflesia, because you can send 1, you can fusion 1. Then you have Elder Entity Nts. So what it can do is it can destroy a card on the field when you just send it with Claw's effect. Clearing Synchro Dragon, just to have a high 2500 attacker. My phone's gone even darker actually. Sorry about this, I'll make sure to do this quickly. Clearing Synchro Dragon, everyone knows it does. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, everyone knows what that does. Blackwing or Black Rose Dragon. Ancient Fairy, because you have a field spell and you have level 4s. Utopia Package, Topological Bomber Dragon, Triple Burst Dragon, and Twin Triangle Dragon, because you can back to Strudo and you can get all your dragons back and special summon them and stuff with Twin Triangle Dragon's effect, and then go into Triple Burst Dragon. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please, if the camera annoyed you like it did me, I'll do another video. Thanks again, and good luck.